Afraid Madman. I'm here with my sidekick, cohort, or co-media talent, Dirty Ewok. Say hi, Ewok.
Hi, Ewok.
Oh, if you can tell by the spooky music, when you're listening to this, it's Halloween weekend over here in the States. Do you have Halloween over there, Ewok?
We do have Halloween over here, but we try and keep Mal and Biggie indoors.
All right, Dina, that's enough of that. Thank you.
She's quite talented, isn't she?
Yeah, she's quite musical.
I'm not going to ask what she was playing it on, but it does sound good. It really does.
Well, welcome everybody to Halloween weekend here on the GLC. So how was your week, Ewok?
Good. Very productive. And no, our last podcast, that was just, I think I kind of topped it off. It's going down a storm. It really is. That the troops listen to it, and if they're anything like me, I've been listening to it at work, and I can't listen to it without a smile on my face. And a lot of the things that came out in that podcast maybe shouldn't have come out. It's the stuff that should be locked away and never be sort of spoken about.
No secrets in the GLC.
Well, I think Woodle's probably wishing that right now. Yeah, I don't think he wanted the his and Mal's.
Woodle, what about Steph?
Steph, poor Steph. What can we say about Steph?
Hopefully not much more, because we pretty much know everything.
Yeah, that's very true. How have you been, mate? How have you been? How's things sort of shaping up for you?
Well, it's been a busy weekend, but between the last podcast and because we've only gone a few days actually, or a couple of days since we recorded that last one, so
yeah,
it's not much has happened. I had a good day the other day with my granddaughter and my son and my parents and my daughter-in-law also, and we got together and had dinner and stuff like that. So I just basically got to hang around with my granddaughter and play with her.
Family time.
Yeah.
Good, man. Good. How's the Robin Hood training coming along?
For me, just fine. My son, he's trying out his new recurve bow, and we found out we've got to put a little extra stuff on it for him to actually be able to hit anything.
Okay. Are we destined to see any pictures of you in some nice tight green tights anytime soon?
Yeah, as soon as
Halloween.
As soon as I become the new lead character in the TV show Arrow, sure.
Oh right, okay. I didn't realize he was leaving. I suppose they want to progress the show.
Oh, I don't know if he's leaving, but if he does leave, hopefully they'll call me.
So will they have to rebrand the show?
Yeah, Ugly Fat Bastard in Green Tights. That'll be the new name of the show.
Oh.
or should we say Green Leathers?
I mean, I have heard some studios now have fantastic prosthetics.
Oh, yeah.
So you won't be embarrassed. Yeah, you won't be embarrassed.
Yeah, the prosthetics would probably be go on everybody else, so I don't look as fat.
All right, okay.
Yeah, there's no girdle in the world helping this.
I will put on paid for, baby. Yeah.
Oh, what an interesting weekend it has been, though. I don't know if you noticed, but I happened to notice we had a couple of people return since we made that last broadcast, and a couple people returned to racing this weekend, should I say. One of them was Biggie. He turned up on a lark and participated in the Forza Cup they had last weekend. And well, he pretty much dominated too, so I think everybody was pretty much pissed that he showed up. But also this last weekend we saw Lofty. Lofty made a return only because Junior wasn't there. I guess him and Junior are having a tiff.
I wonder if it's like the Michael Jackson LaToya thing. You never see them together. Maybe they're kind of the same thing.
I always accuse them of them being the same person. So
I mean, it's nice to have Biggie back. He's been away for a while. and such a character that he is. You know, it's nice that he's back into the mix, and obviously taking the stick that has gone with it. You can't go absent for very long without taking too much stick, and make continue. You know, bust his balls. He enjoys it. He really does. And if you really want to, you know, touch him where he likes it, just take him to KFC. That's all we'll say. You know, I'm interested to hear what they want to hear. Actually,
Wow.
we said it on the I think podcast one, I think it was, about what do you want us to talk about. You know, send us your questions, anything you wanted to hear, anything you want us to cover. We've nothing yet. Obviously, we're going to do the guests and what have you, but it would be interesting to hear what the community actually would like to hear on the podcast.
Well, actually, they did start saying what they wanted to hear. They're actually entertained, I guess, by our questions with our last guest, which was Mal. They found that highly entertaining. I heard one person. Well, wait a minute. Even one person even said that they could have almost mistakenly thought they were listening to Howard Stern. So I don't know whether we were that crazy. I don't know whether we were that crazy, but
well, I don't know what the wife would say if I had some sort of half-naked women sitting on a speaker on my bedroom floor. I don't think should go for that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, but it's not about her. It's about the audience. We have to please them.
Right, yes, sorry. Yeah. Of course, we have to please them.
Honey, it's not about me. It's about them.
Well, here's something we could do, actually. How about we start doing question time maybe every other week? We'll just 5 quick fire questions. You have 5 for me, I have 5 for you.
Oh boy.
Also when we don't have guests. Now, this opens up to anything. Absolutely anything. I mean, you know, the questions are only go as far as your imagination. And we all know that mine is a bit warped already.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, it could be interesting. I tell you what, here we go. Right, everyone in the GLC, if there's questions you want me to ask Gally, embarrassing as they are, PM me. If there's questions you want Gally to ask me, if there's anything you want to know, then PM Gally. All right? Let your imagination run riot. Right? There is no boundaries to this. We will ask each other anything, and that is anything. Okay? There's no limit. There we go. It's out there. We can't take it back.
God, you are such a troublemaker.
I think we're going to be in for a heavy one. No.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't dread to think, but it'd be interesting to see how inventive the community can be in making this as possibly as weird as it could be. I think. So yeah.
Weird.
Sort of digging in the grey matter.
Yeah, weird. That's one way to put it.
Well, Ewok style, mate. Ewok style.
Ewok style.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Oh, but anyway. So, as you all remember from that last podcast you hopefully listened to, which was the special edition, we did have a guest. We had Mal on there. We learned a few things about
Marvelous Mal.
Yep, we learned a few things about him. And we also found out that now Mal has a partner, a co-owner in the GLC that's going to help run GLC and build GLC into something bigger and better, but still free. We can't stress that enough. As much as GLC may grow and things may happen, it will always stay free. I said in the podcast, it's an essential part of it. It just proves that it's not a business. It's not about getting as much as you can out of the community and purely for the community. And, you know, with Ryan on board, it's only going to get stronger. It really, really is. We're trying to think of words in the last podcast. I think I said nurturing and something else. But when I said it, I was thinking of mothering. I was trying to think, you know, it's going to build a strong foundation for this new GOC that, you know, that Mal wants to put out there. And it's not new as in it's a completely redeveloped GOC. It's just a fresher sort of look at it. And I think with Ryan on board, obviously we haven't spoken to him yet,
but he is missing people saying, that he is going to make a point of having a chat and stuff, which would be good. It'd be interesting to hear his new ideas. He wants to work with the existing admin to make things bigger, better, and bolder. And the people that are going to, benefit from this are going to be all the existing GLC members, and obviously new members that would try to get on board. Now, there is a steady stream of new members coming in. Few apps sort of rolling in, daily, the GLC. There's been a few for Battlefield 1. FIFA is obviously a popular one. There's a couple for Forza. I'd love to say a few more for our favourite game that we're not going to mention tonight. But yeah, I think it's going to be really good for Mal.
Oh,
yeah. Needs that right hand man that's there. It's missing for a while, and it's going to be so much more productive for him. He's not going to have that stress and that worry about what's done and what's not done. But it's definitely going to pay dividends. It really is.
Yeah.
And Mal's not going to take a chance. He's done his homework. He's been working with this guy, and if you go on the GLC page, actually, there's a section called About Us, where there's a little bit about Mal and there's a little bit about Ryan. So if you don't know who the guy is, go on there, and there's a little bit about there. Now, what's going to be added to that little section is About Us bits for all the admin. So
yeah, we'll be added as time goes by, as we, I guess, fill out our questionnaires or whatever. So you'll be able to learn a little bit more about each and every one of the admin all across GLC, not just Race Club or FIFA or Call of Duty, but all of them.
Well, I sent my questionnaire back straight away with some cheeky little photos.
Oh, Jesus. You sent him boudoir photos?
Oh, not of me, of you.
Me? You were supposed to keep those private.
Is Twitter private?
Oh,
I don't know.
Jesus.
Still getting used to Twitter.
Oh, my God.
Well, I opened a Twitter account, right, just recently. Valley Girl's back. I opened a Twitter account recently, and to be honest with you, I don't really know what to do with it. I've liked a few things, and I've got I think 3 followers, right? One is some dude who is some business guy. I don't know who he is. Some band. I've been on YouTube. Music's quite good. I don't even know who they are, but none of my followers are gamers. So I don't know, go figure. I'm 40 and just starting Twitter. I don't even know why I've got it. I don't even use it.
I've got it too. I don't use it either.
Yeah. I'm not even on Facebook. I came off Facebook. My life is so much easier. All you people who live on Facebook, I know, it is a fantastic tool. The GLC uses Facebook, and it's good. But as much as it is good, it can be the other way. It can be quite negative as well. And I've been off it for about, I think 4 months now. And do you know what? It doesn't even bother me. The one thing I did notice was how much time I spent just checking statuses. Because, I mean, whether you admit it or not, most people who use Facebook spend most of the time on Facebook just seeing what other people are doing. You look up look up your ex, see which unlucky dude she's got now. You know what I mean? You got that chick at school you always liked on Facebook. And
I don't know about you, but I always seem to be seeing what people are having for dinner. I don't know.
What is that?
Make it worse. Now that Facebook has done this whole live streaming thing, that you can do is now I don't just have to look at pictures of what you're having for dinner. You get to live stream it for me, so I can actually watch you eat it now too. The fuck is that?
It's the people. It's the ones that get up and go, "Good morning, Facebookers. Good night, Facebookers.
So long, sucker."
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Yeah. We don't care.
Oh my God! Just get them the hell out of here.
Although Facebook phishing is fun. Now, I don't know if you've done this. Facebook phishing is very easy, right? And there's Facebook trolling as well. Facebook phishing is you put up some random status, as random as you like, but it's got to be something like outside the box, something that's not normal, and just wait, and then see who picks up on it first. Now, people do that. Oh no, I've had such a bad day. And then, friend number one tips up goes, oh, what's wrong? PM me. They're like, oh no, what's got to do with you? I don't get it. That's one of the reasons I do Facebook. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's a public space, but everyone's like, you invaded my privacy. Hello, Facebook.
Well, that's another thing too. Is you got all these wackos in America. The NSA. Oh, you don't want to have that new cell phone, or the Xbox One has the Connect with it now, so the NSA can watch what you're doing. They don't have to fucking watch that, buddy. I mean, you tell everybody what you're doing on Facebook.
Well, there's a thing in the news about people getting hacked via thermostats. This was the news. I think it was over your side of the water there, mate. People's I don't know you can hack someone's house through a thermostat. I suppose if it's computer driven.
Yeah, well, they got all these people connecting all their household stuff to computers now, so that
their
they
mobile
control
phone
them
and stuff. Yeah,
with stupid apps.
Well, there's an app running in the UK now with one of the power companies where through your phone you can actually turn your lights on in your house from your phone. And I wouldn't say why. I don't get it. If you're scared of the dark, why would you be scared to go into your own home? It makes no sense. I think the whole thing of opening the door and flicking the switch, it's effortless. I can't say I ever walked in the house, flicked the switch in the wall and went, do you know what? I'm so fatigued right now. I don't think I could do much more. I wish I had an app for that.
Well, now look at what you got from Amazon with Alexa. See all those commercials now where you just sit there and you have that little stupid disc in there and you can tell it what to do?
No, I haven't seen this, no.
Oh, I guess it must be one of those things in America now. You got these commercials with people doing stupid things, or one guy asking, Alexa, how do you spell eternal? And then the thing sits there and tells it. And he's looking at a tattoo that he got and realizes it got spelled wrong. So then his next question is, Alexa, where's the closest tattoo removal? And it's the thing from Amazon, and it's just the world is getting lazy, and that's my problem.
I believe Google's got a new app thing out. Is it Google? A new app thing out as well. It's like Google Messenger or something. It's basically Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Viber. It's all of it wrapped into one. But it's obviously under the Google.
Well, that's because I think they're trying to repackage Google Plus. They're continuing to try and rebuild that. Where people, I think Google didn't understand that, the reason why Google Plus may not be the most popular social media out there, but the reason why the people that are on Google Plus are there, and the reason they want to be on Google Plus is because it's simpler and it's not all this other bullcrap people don't want. And there's a reason for it. But Google's just just a typical company. We're not as successful as them, so maybe we should be doing more of that. Where, you're going to lose the audience you do got because you actually are attracting the people that want what you have. But now you're going to send them away. So I don't know.
With Google, it's the whole privacy thing as well, isn't it? They will release certain information, but they won't release, other information. And I think in this day and age, for people to be so, I don't want to say, paranoid about, their own privacy and what the government knows, what the government doesn't know, it's pointless. Can't go anywhere without being tracked. Whether it's on a camera, your mobile phone, your sat nav in your car. It's evolution of technology. Mm-hmm. But people still want to live in sort of the 80s where you didn't have it.
Meh. I don't know.
Yeah, nah. It's what it is.
I don't know. I think technology's good, but in the same, it's a double-sided coin. It's good and bad. I don't know. I think technology can make people way too lazy. But And I mean physically lazy. I mean, because as we were saying with this whole control everything in your house with a phone, with an app on your phone, that's getting lazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see things when it comes to like the ones with the home alarm system or the anti-burglary system, to where you have an app that would control your certain things in your home, like the lights for timings to make it look like you're home when you're on a vacation, for the lights to go on and off, or an electronic door lock that is, oh shoot, did we forget to lock the door? Check it, or lock the door, or make sure that whatever electrical spots and stuff are off in the house if you're away. I can understand those, but apps for people to control the stuff because they don't want to get up and walk 3 feet is ridiculous.
Do you still have those things in the States? I used to see them in the movies. It was about the size of an iPad, I suppose, right? And you see the movies where the people had the money, they get up in the morning, they get this little pad thing, and they push a button, the curtains would open, or they push a button, the TV would go on. You guys still have? Does that? Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's something that's
it never seemed to appear in the UK. I think
that's a specific type of. That's not a normal thing. That's a very rare type of thing to actually have in a home, and the more standard people don't have it. But I mean, it's available. Those are the homes of the future. And most people, you see them in movies. You don't really see them in the real world, but they're out there, and they do have them. But they're not really that common.
I mean, we're talking about technology making people lazy and stuff, and gaming consoles. I mean, look at what we do. We have a hard day's work. We come home, we sit down. Instead of being active, we'll sit in front of the Xbox playing a game for your day off, 6-8 hours. A certain person did practice on F1 for 8 hours of a day. Oh yeah, so if there's nothing on, I'll game right through the night and what have you.
I've had it literally.
I think how things have changed.
Literally, I've sat there and fallen asleep in my recliner watching Netflix, and I'll wake up at 6:30 in the morning. Oh crap!
Yeah.
I fell asleep in the recliner again, like I do most weekends, because I've got a perfectly good bed upstairs, but I hardly ever sleep in it. When I'm home for my 2 days, generally it's sleeping in my recliner because I fall asleep watching TV. So, the first thing I do is I get up. I'll usually go to the bathroom like most people. Then I'll go and I'll start the coffee pot, start making coffee. And this is generally...
You have to have your coffee.
I got to have my coffee. Generally, then I'll start up Destiny. Yes, I've started playing Destiny pretty heavily. It was other games, but recently it's been Destiny.
Is that overrated, highly repetitive?
Yes, game? It is overrated and highly repetitive. Yeah. But here's the thing: there is no such thing as a non-repetitive video game. So I don't want to hear it.
Shut down! Boom.
Okay, because I tell you
Let
what,
me remove that door from my face.
But we'll get back to that. I'll turn on Destiny, and once my coffee's ready, I'll start playing. And now this usually gets to be about 6:45 in the morning. By the time I'm done playing Destiny and realize what time it is, I'm sitting there going, oh crap, it's dark out. Oh my God, I should order something for dinner before the takeaway place closes. Okay, that's how bad I am.
That's, wow.
I would literally sit there for 12 hours playing Destiny. Or not just Destiny. I'd sit there for 12 hours playing Division. I'd sit there for 12 hours playing Tomb Raider or any of those games. If I really get into a game, I'm really bad when it gets to Mass Effect, the best game franchise ever created. Which
I never really got into Mass Effect.
Once Andromeda comes out, you're not going to see me and jack shit because I'm just going to be, it's time to go home for the weekend, and there's Mass Effect Andromeda, and it's going to be going all weekend.
Okay, I mean, I played the first one, but I didn't really. me, there's a slight similarity with Destiny with this, because you've got to go back to the HQ, you've got to go see all these different people and got these different things. And for me, I get bored with it really quick. I mean, even playing GTA, I've got GTA for the PS4, right? And I could be on it for an hour. And the next thing, if it's a boring mission where you drive, you got to drive somewhere or walk somewhere, I can feel myself falling asleep.
Yeah,
I've got to have something happen on the screen the whole time. I can't. I've got to be stimulated, or I get quite bored.
That wasn't too uncommon when it came to the first Mass Effect, because a lot of people didn't make it off of the Citadel. They all thought it was just this is ridiculous. And of course, there was that stupid word again, repetitive. Yes, it was repetitive.
Linear.
Yes, you had to go speak to certain people to get unlock certain clues to certain missions, but when you finally got off of the Citadel to start doing everything and traveling to the different planets and stuff throughout the galaxy, you could make the game as action-packed as you wanted to, but you just keep doing this or that. And then, of course, yes, there's times where you got to go back to the Citadel and you got to talk to people. But the game was very misinterpreted as a
shooter.
Well, it was sort of a shooter. It was a 3D shooter, but it was.
I think it was kind
of
of marketed as a shooter, wasn't it? Really,
it was at first, but
Yeah.
it was a lot of people made the mistake of thinking the game, or actually the whole trilogy. They seemed to have made the mistake that the game was about the main character, which was Commander Shepard. And for me, that was one mistake. It was a very big mistake if you made that mistake, that the game was about them, and it wasn't. The game was actually about what you could do for the galaxy. You know, because everybody had this argument at the end, you know, that, oh, well, he's dead, or he's not dead, or she, depending on whether you used a male or female character. You know, the commander's dead.
You had the female character, didn't you?
Yes, I played the female character more than the male.
Of
Yes,
course you did.
yes, damn
Standing
straight.
that ass for hours on end.
My feeling is, if I get a choice to sit there and play as a female or a male character, I am a man. Why do I want to sit there and keep looking at a man when I could look at a woman and play the same game? It just makes sense to me.
You talk about the game being about, you know, one person.
And the game wasn't.
Yeah, but obviously a lot of people did. But I think in some franchises, the push towards Call of Duty here, I think basing it around one person or, you know, a couple of people works. And this is where I think the early Call of Duties worked, because it was genuinely about price. You know, and all his cronies, you know, surrounding him. I think some games do it well. Other games, I think, can get lost in trying to create too many three-dimensional characters. Then you play the game, and, you know, as you're playing it and progressing through it, you kind of lose track of, well, what is the point of it? Yes, it's a shooter. Yes, there's this big mission. We've got to save the planet and stuff. But you kind of get lost in the game itself.
Yeah, I didn't. When it came to Mass Effect, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've played through through the entire trilogy. I think I've played through the entire trilogy probably 16 times.
What?
Yes.
The entire trilogy 16 times?
I play through the entire trilogy at least twice a year. And the first game itself, just the first game, I think I've played through almost 25 times. And that, of course, I played that one the most because, of course, you had to wait for the second and the third game to come out. And then, of course, the second game I've probably played about 20 times through. And then the third game, that one falls through with the whole trilogy, because I don't just play that one alone. So, you know, you end up with the whole trilogy and about 16 times, you know, for all three games.
That's immense. I mean, the last time I'd done anything like that, wasn't with a game, actually. It was actually with a TV show, 24. I got a box set, and it was on like Donkey Kong. It was a full, 24 fest. Every spare minute I had was 24.
Yeah.
And you watch it, and you watch it back, you watch it back, and it's like, even now, fantastic show. I mean, a couple of seasons weren't too great. The writer strikes and what have you, but box sets get me like that. I mean, like Breaking Bad. That you couldn't just watch one episode. You had to watch the as many as you could.
Nope, I watched one episode and I haven't watched it since.
See, now this is the weird thing, right? It's my better half, my wife. She watched, I think, about half of the first episode. No, it's not for me. But I don't think the first episode really sets up well. Got to get into maybe episode 3, where you really appreciate what's going on.
Yeah.
Episode 1 was kind of loose, and when I watched episode 1, obviously it was a Netflix deal. I thought, no, it's some cheap program, blah blah. But then once I got into it, it was an amazing show.
See, I thought the prequel, the new show that they came out with, which is a prequel to Breaking Bad, and the show is called Better Call Saul.
Just cause, yeah, Better Call Saul, yeah.
I thought that was a much better show. For me, it was a better show.
See, the thing about Breaking Bad was you knew it was going to come to an end, and the final episode, you try to think, how are they actually going to finish this, because it's only an hour long. You think we're now into half an hour, you've not even started wrapping up yet. And the way, if some TV shows as a whole end their their episode, really badly. Breaking Bad, it was fantastic finish to a show. It's done just. I'd say it's a perfect ending to any box set, because you're full of mixed emotions. Oh yeah, it's fantastic. You think, oh, poor him, oh, perfect, absolutely perfect. And I'm not going to ruin it. We're not going to talk about what actually happened in case anyone was actually seen or if in the middle of watching it, because that'd be fair just to do a spoiler.
You don't want to ruin it for anybody.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, a fantastic show. Really, really good. See, I used to watch, what was it? Everybody Loves Raymond. Now, for anybody who's not seen this, it's normally on in the mornings in the UK. It's Raymond Romano, his missus, his kids, his functional family. It's really good. It really, really is. Obviously, he's something big in the States, but
yeah,
I've only ever seen him on that show over here.
If it wasn't for the parents in that show, I don't think it would have been as successful.
Yeah. and his dumbass brother. How the hell he's a cop? I have no idea. You know what I mean? Yeah, but the mother and the father really make it. They really, really do. But really good shows. Really, really good shows. So you're looking forward to Mass Effect. What was the other one you mentioned?
For a game?
Yeah, you said Mass Effect, and you said something else after it.
No, Mass Effect Andromeda. That is the whole title of the game.
His name's okay.
Yeah, it's starting a new story with different characters. The characters that were in the first trilogy, their story is over. So now you're moving on to a new chapter, we're going to be introducing new characters, and the game's just going to be bigger and better. And it's just, I can't wait, because, like I said, I am a huge Mass Effect fan, and I guess I gotta have it. I really gotta have it.
Well, I ended up getting myself a 360 again, so I might pick up a copy and see what it's like, second time round.
Oh God. I tell you, I was one of the people that was literally pissed and was ready to go burn down EA when they got us all. They were building us up, and they were making it sound like they were giving us information like they were going to redo Mass Effect, the whole trilogy, like so many of these other games that just shouldn't have been remade, but all these games are being remade. So I was one of those people that was just starting to get completely excited, going, "Oh my God, the trilogy is going to be remastered. It's going to be released on the Xbox One. This is and the PS4. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be so great." Blah blah. And then they just pulled the rug out from under us, and it was like, what the heck? And then they released these statements like, "Oh well, EA is about looking forward and not looking back. And we don't want to just sit there and make it look like we're going for an easy cash grab." And you're thinking to yourself, what are you talking about? You're Electronic Arts. You're EA. You're all about releasing pure crap for strictly cash grabs.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell us, when you have all these fans that want this product, you're going to tell us that you're not going to be your normal selves and go for the cash grab. Are you freaking kidding me?
I mean, this kind of touches on something I think we spoke in the very first podcast where we got heavy into the game industry about EA and their complacency and just thinking that the community as a whole are just going to accept any crap that they pump out there. And in some cases, people are quite happy.
Yeah, things like Madden and
some
FIFA.
Of the crap that gets that gets pumped out there.
And I, don't get me wrong, people. I know you heard me say FIFA, but I'm not saying that FIFA's crap game. But I'm sorry, FIFA 17 that was not ready for release. You all got screwed buying an unfinished product. You look at all the stupid crap that was in that game that needed to be fixed. It's because they're doing it and they're releasing it just like all these other companies were doing. I'm getting real tired of if we try to fix it now, we're going to miss our release date, so we'll just release it and fix it with patches. That is getting ridiculous.
We'll talk about release dates. I mean, moving on a different product, look at Samsung. The race to get their phone out on the market,
and it's
got to the point now. It's blown up. I mean, the US airlines have now banned the handsets from flights. Due to safety. And there's a guy in the news in the UK who there's a video. I was on Sky News here. He just picked his child up. He was doing some roller skating, roller rink thing. Picked his child up, put his child down, and just a split second later, you see the footage in his pocket. And this wasn't his phone, his pocket, where his vapor pen had exploded in his pocket. Now this is not the first piece of technology that's supposed to help, and be all singing and dancing, that causes harm. I think a lot of people, when it comes to technology, because there's such a demand for it, everybody wants the the new Gucci thing, and they want it cheap, they want it fast, and you got vapor pens in the market. You got the expensive ones that obviously work because you use one, and you get the cheap ones as well.
I don't use a vapor pen. Nope.
I use a vapor.
I'm very big into that industry, and I have all the box mod. Well, not all the box mods, but I have the box mods and tanks, and I also learned how to properly use them. There's a right way and a wrong way to use them, and putting them in your pocket is wrong.
The Samsung,
because that's what he probably did. Is he left it on, and he put it in his pocket, and while it was in his pocket, it was the fire button was probably being continuously pressed, and guess what? Now you've overloaded the pen or the vaporizer, and guess what? It's gonna do something when it's overloaded. That's just the way it happens.
I mean, vaping's. We'll get back to the Samsung thing in a minute. This vaping has taken quite easily. It's taken the planet by storm. Videos all over YouTube of people doing these like displays, vaping and stuff.
Yeah,
well, you
they're
probably know
stupid.
about this, like festivals.
Yeah,
and go vaping.
Yeah, it's called cloud chasing.
These, do you?
It's called cloud chasing.
You do this, do you?
No, I don't cloud
Cloud
chase.
chasing. Okay.
I actually vape. I vape to not smoke cigarettes. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not that I wanted to quit smoking. It's not. I didn't want to quit smoking. That's not why I chose vaping. I chose vaping because I didn't want to quit smoking, but I didn't want to smoke cigarettes.
Okay. I've never smoked, so I don't see the attraction. I mean,
It's
one
it,
thing
it's a
does fill a room. It really does fill a room.
yeah, but here's the thing when it comes to vapor and smoking. Okay, smoking, the smoke and all that stuff you see, it sticks and it makes things nasty.
Yeah.
It makes things smell. When you vape, yes, when you get the initial the vapor cloud, you can smell the um the remnants of the flavor of the juice or the e-liquid as it's called. But you can smell that, but it doesn't stay. The vapor does not stick to anything. It doesn't turn anything yellow. You don't get bad breath from it. It's just, it is physically or scientifically been proven. And I don't care what anybody wants to say when it comes to, you know, the doctors or whatever, all these other ridiculous studies.
Yes, we don't care what the doctors say. You're wrong.
Well,
you know?
more doctors than not agree with vaping. Okay, especially over in the UK. You guys have it better than we do, but
yeah. I mean,
it is 97% safer. You get so much. I mean, you figure when you got a vaporizer and you're using chemicals. Okay, you're using four or five chemicals compared to over 7,000 chemicals in a regular cigarette. And a cigarette uses carcinogens. It uses toxic chemicals. You don't use toxic chemicals in vape juice, in the e-liquid. It just doesn't happen. So all these people that are talking about all this stuff about it's just as bad, you get this, no, you don't. So, but I'm not here to preach about vaping or anything like that. It's just if you're somebody who's thinking about vaping and all this stuff, look into it honestly. Don't just go by listening to what people say, like idiots over here are doing, especially when it comes to like the elections. They're just going by what they're hearing. Yeah, they're going by the scaremongers that are releasing on mainstream media. Do your research, do your homework, look into things for yourself, and you'll find the real story.
I think the problem is, people are very easily led, and this takes me nicely back to the original thing I was talking about, which was mobile phones and Samsung and stuff. Yeah, is that everybody wants this new technology. They want it fast, they want it cheap, whatever. But one thing I struggle to comprehend this. I really do. We see it in the news here. You see it in the news there because it happens over there as well. It's the people that sleep on the street outside an iPhone store. What the hell are you doing? It's a phone. It's not like it's going to be out of bloody stock. And, I'll pick an iPhone here. Now there are going to be iPhone owners listening to this, and for the ones who own an iPhone, you're daft. How many versions of the same technology are you guys going to keep buying? For the price they're charging. For the price they're charging. It is ridiculous. It's mental. I can't believe it. I mean, I owned an iPhone way back when it was the 3GS. And I got on a contract, so the phone was free. Now, I had a problem with the phone. Now, this is what turned me away from Apple straight away. I phoned up the helpline for Apple. And I was told that they couldn't help me because I didn't have an Apple cover. I says, all right, fair enough, I didn't have an Apple cover. However, can you help me, blah, blah, blah. So he took me through a few settings and what have you, and it was literally a conversation, about a 15-minute conversation. Took me through some settings on the phone that I was unaware of. He then tried to charge me £25 for the conversation. Just to fix my phone. I don't get it. I don't. People are addicted to iPhone, but I think it's a status thing. I think it's about, I've got the new iPhone. I don't know if you saw on this, I think it was iPhone 6 came out. There's a clip of a guy who got the very first one. I think it was in the UK or was it Australia, I don't know. And he dropped it live on camera. Did you see this?
Yes, I did.
He dropped it live on camera. Man, he felt like a tit, didn't he? You know what I mean? And brushed it off like, yeah, it's all right, it's okay, it's okay. And that's another thing. The amount of friends I've got who own an iPhone, and I reckon a good if there was if 10 of my mates were stood in front of me with an iPhone, I could pretty much guarantee at least 6
have a
possibly
broken
7.
cracked screen.
Broken screen, yeah. Yeah. I was like, no.
Yep.
So, the thing is, they'll happily, instead of getting it fixed, they'll happily just cut around with this fucking broken iPhone. One, because either they can't afford to get it fixed, or two, they don't care because they own an iPhone.
Yeah.
Just get a different phone. Do you know what I mean?
Get one that doesn't
break.
break.
I've got a Sony Xperia, and for me, the big test for me was there was a video on YouTube of phones and what have you, and doing drop tests. And they had a new iPhone, the Sony Xperia, dropped them face down. Xperia survived. The iPhone didn't. And they've done so with a multitude of different phones from different heights.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to the iPhone,
that's a lot of money down the drain.
I can only think of one good thing for the iPhone. And that's it.
Now, weird you say that because Sony's a water repellent, so that's a good sign effect for that, yeah. Fantastic.
But
yeah, but you know, if you want an iPhone, obviously it's yours. You do what you will with it. You won't be converted. You're brainwashed.
I have no qualms about iPhones other than the fact that it's nothing all that great that people. And to me, the iPhone, they're a woman's phone, plain and simple. If you're a grown man and you have an iPhone, I question your masculinity.
You're feminine. Yes, you're feminine. I mean, you need more than one button. I'm sorry. You need more than one button. You know, I think what's going to happen, right? It's evolution. It'll happen. It'll come in again. I give maybe 5 years. Maybe longer, 5 years, right? One of the phone companies are going to go, fuck this, I'm going to go retro, and they're going to bring out a phone with, there's these things that used to be on phones. Now, the younger people that listen to this, you'll think I'm mad, but it's true. The older ones will know what I'm talking about. Phones had buttons. Now, when you push the button, it actually made a noise and a click, and sometimes a beep. In doing so, right, you're able to phone somebody. And if you want a real phone, you will go back to the Nokia, where you could play Snake.
Snake.
Snake on the Nokia.
Come on, you have to admit though, you would love to see it. Is you'd love to give some 12-year-old right now, you'd love to give them a Nokia or a Sony.
Sony Ericsson. With the tiny little screen.
With the tiny screen, whether it be a flip phone or a candy bar, I don't care. But to have them have to sit there and text using that phone by how many times you hit this particular button to get that word. I used to own
a Motorola 501 StarTech. So it was a flip phone that had the pull-out aerial and had the battery used to sit on the top of the. You want to say it wasn't. If you go onto eBay, you can still buy them in working order. Why are you buying working order? Because you can't bloody use them. You know what I mean? It's obsolete, but you can still get them. 501 StarTech Motorola, and it was a funky little phone. It really was. And you could drop it, you could kick it, and it would still work. Unlike today's phones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it would be good to give some 12-year-olds. There you go. There's what's this, Daddy? It's a phone.
Here, text your mother.
But it's got buttons. It's got buttons, you maniac. There was a weird thing when I was before I done the job I was doing now. I was doing a driving job when I left the forces, and I bought. It was a little £10 Nokia phone. Nothing fancy. You can make calls on it. That was it. Nokia used to have a little flashlight on them, didn't they?
Yes.
On the things, and you could listen to the radio without any adapters. It was fantastic. Anyway, so I bought this as a backup to my smartphone. Because I was driving up and down the country, using my sat-nav, my phone and stuff, the battery would drain. So I bought this phone. Now, you charge a smartphone now, it may last you a day and a half if you don't touch it. This Nokia, I'd used it, and I put it in the drawer, and I totally forgot about it. Got a new job, that was in the drawer, forget about it. Roll on about 2 months later, I go, and there's on the phone's there. I was, oh, it's on a bit of a clear out. I thought, oh, does it still work? And I turned it on. I had half a battery. Still had half the battery on it, right?
Yep.
That's value for money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've bought a phone for a tenner, and I don't have to charge it. I have to charge it once every 2 months. That is fantastic. You can't argue with the logic in there.
No, you can't.
Phones are about status. They're about what they can do, and you look on the market now, and I'm surprised there's a digital camera market still running with phones these days. I mean, Kodak have just released, not Kodak, is it Kodak? Kodak? Yeah, and Kodak have just released a phone for photographers.
Really?
I don't know if it's widely available in the market now, but it's been advertised.
I'm sure it's not Canon?
Basically, no, it's Kodak. I'm sure it's Kodak.
Really? Okay.
What's the ones that used to pop out the instant photographs?
Polaroid.
No, it's not them. No, I think it's Kodak. And it looks like a smartphone from the back, and then you flip it over, and it's got this massive like lens thing attached to the back of it.
Oh, really?
So it doesn't look good, but I suppose it's functional, isn't it?
Oh, I guess
It's functional.
Yeah.
But I thought about getting a camera. When I do the videos and stuff, I was thinking I'll get a video camera, put it on the stand. But I don't need to. I really don't. My Sony Xperia, which is what I film my videos on, is fine and dandy. If I want, I can do a 4. It's the really weird thing about the Sony Xperia is you go into the video settings, and it has an option where you can film a 4K video. Right? I thought, that's really good. That's really good. So you select it, and then it gives you a little warning that if the phone gets too hot, it's going to turn it off.
Yep.
Now you do the 4K video, and literally 3 minutes later, the phone switches itself off. I thought that doesn't make sense. They've done some research on it, and apparently it's just there's nothing they can do about it. The power it takes the phone to take a 4K video. But bear in mind, this is the Z2. This phone, it's 2 years old, 3 years old, maybe even longer than that. The phone, but they're still in the market. You can still buy them, and I think they're a fantastic phone. That's why I've got a second one. But the software obviously back then wasn't as it is now. So
Well,
it struggles to put the 4K video out.
It really hasn't gotten any better. It's the format. That's the way it is. It's just like with DSLR. You'll see people that do videos on YouTube or so forth. It's like you have your people that use a regular video camera, or then you'll also have those that use actual cameras and use the DSLR function. But DSLR only allows for a certain it allows you only a certain amount of time, and the reason for this, and it's weird, it's mainly because you're the UK. But
Thank you. It's our fault.
yeah, it pretty much is. The whole thing with the DSLR is because shipping these things, there's certain taxes on video equipment. Okay. And with DSLR, the reason all of these cameras have a certain time limit is because after you go for a certain amount of time, it cannot be considered just a regular camera. It has to be considered a video camera. And when it comes to shipping that in places like UK and so forth, it requires different tariffs or taxes for these products to get into the country. So that is why when you have a DSLR camera and you use it as a video function, that is why you only get a certain amount of time. It has nothing to do with the fact that the camera can't go that much. It does get warmer, and it does take more power to do DSLR.
Yeah.
But it's mainly because they keep it shorter so the camera doesn't get classified as something else and cost them more money to ship and sell around the world. So that's something new to learn today.
I didn't know that. I really didn't.
Yeah.
And I don't think the rest of the GLC knew that. So, see, folks, you learn something that's interesting,
They
logical,
do. Some cameras have a hack to get around it, but it's just that's the way it has to be.
Your friends with.
Yeah, that's just the way it has to be for them to actually
Hacking
sell
cameras.
it. Yeah, well, it's just like with the PlayStation or the iPhone. They had, you could phone hijack it or whatever jacking they called it. You could
hijack.
What did they call it? What did they call it when you hacked into the PlayStation and stuff like that?
Chip.
No, the jailbreak. Sorry, jailbreak. You can jailbreak them. That's what it was called. Jailbreak
it, and then you chip it.
No, you don't have to chip it. You just jailbreak it and change the code on the inside of the product.
Well, the UK, it was done though.
That was the original PlayStation. I'm talking about the PS3 and all that stuff. iPhones and PS3, they were just jailbreaking them.
Yeah, there's still people like chipping consoles. They can get hundreds of games on the console, and it's like, well, why? Yeah. What's the point? Because, I remember back when they were doing it with the 360 came out, and all these people were complaining because they're getting banned off Xbox Live. Well, yeah, mate.
You're modifying your Xbox.
Yeah, you make it do something it's not designed to do.
Well, no, it is designed. See, the Xbox, PlayStations, your iPhones, all of these products are capable of doing more and allowing you to do certain things. But the problem is they can't legally let you use these products for these things. And this is why the jailbreaks, and so forth. Like when it came to the PlayStation 4, not PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 3, it was like World War III was going to break out because Sony took away the other option for the operating system. Remember when you had the other operating system on that, and it wasn't just a built-in one. You could actually change it and use it for other things, and then Sony changed that and took it out of there. Well, people were going to go to war, and they absolutely hated Sony for this, and it was because of what they did. And then people started jailbreaking the PS3s and getting all this, getting more power and more capabilities and better resolutions out of their systems, because
it makes you ask the question: why wouldn't the developers make that readily available?
They can't legally allow it because of licenses. It would cost them a fortune to allow you to use the system the way it's designed to be used. So instead of costing it's like you hear that they lose money. Sony or Microsoft, they lose money on the systems and they make it back on the software. Well, that's true. But if it came down to for them legally letting you use your gaming console to the full potential of the console, you'd never have a game console because it would cost way too much money for them to actually be able to let you have. So it's cheaper to put the restrictions on there. And if you're smart enough to figure it out, hey, they'll either let you do it or they'll sue you for doing it, like Sony did to the people that jailbroke their PS3s.
See, I think the gaming leaders, the ones, the console producers, I don't see why they don't just sell their consoles at a loss. Unlock it all, sort licenses out, whatever. Sell your consoles cheap, because, let's face it, they make their money back via games. Games, add-on.
Well, unless you're Nintendo.
Merchandise. Well, funny you mentioned that, actually. I was watching a video on YouTube. I think it was an official Nintendo thing.
Their new Switch?
No, it wasn't on YouTube. Tell a lie. It was on Twitch. Because I actually dropped a comment on it to the new console, and I said something about, oh yeah, what are you going to do without Mario? You've no place in the gaming industry. Why don't you piss off back to the 70s or something? But I don't think they've got a place now, and I don't understand why they've chosen this time to go, this is what we're going to release. Now, they've released footage of certain games that are going to be running on it. Now, the footage that they're showing, it isn't that impressive. It's not. It's still gimmicky. It's still gamey, if you know what I mean. I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that, because if you look at that specs, the Nintendo Switch, which I think is a stupid name. Oh no, the specs are.
It's more power. It's the most powerful console on the market right now. That thing's more capable than the other two.
Now that doesn't mean that it's going to do better in PS4 or Xbox. It might be more powerful, but when you look at the games that they develop and the market they're hitting towards.
But you have to. If you look at the new Zelda that's coming out with that system, that game looks absolutely beautiful. Okay.
I never understood Zelda. I don't understand the attraction.
I've never understood a Nintendo games to begin with. If you ask me, when it came to the Nintendo games, why didn't you guys just beat the shit out of your women for getting captured all the time? Maybe they'd have stopped, and you wouldn't have to keep going and rescue them and creating a new game. Okay, I'm sorry, Princess Peach, Zelda. Fuck you. You're on your own. You know, I'm tired of going and rescuing you. It's time to move on to a different game.
The only time I played Nintendo Wii was at parties, drunk, dancing or singing, or do you know? It's not. I mean, you don't go home.
Party games have their place. Yes,
I'm playing Nintendo. What are you, 4?
But there is a big speculation. There's a big speculation right now with this new Nintendo Switch, because if you do watch their new commercial, you can see, yes, they show Zelda, which looks absolutely beautiful. They show a Splatoon. You can play Splatoon on it, which Splatoon is actually probably the best Nintendo game out there when it comes to actual gaming, because it's a fun game. Yes, they showed that you could do the Mario Kart on it and blah, 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 blah. But here's the one that's catching everybody's eye. It has the remastered Skyrim on it.
No, I've never got into Skyrim or Elder Scrolls.
Doesn't matter. It's still one of the most popular games ever that has never been on Nintendo, but it's going to be on Switch.
Talking of consoles, we sort of skipped over 4K and stuff. I was going to ask you, how's the Slim working out?
What Slim?
Your Xbox Slim?
There's no such thing as an Xbox One Slim. It's an Xbox One S.
What? S.
It's not called a Slim.
Small. Okay.
The S stood for Slim in the 360. It does not stand for Slim on the Xbox One S.
Yeah, okay. Who's ratty?
No, I'm just being technical.
So, Gally, how's things with the Xbox S?
The Xbox One S, not the Xbox S. Xbox One S.
Yeah, let's bear with it, folks. We'll get there in the end. Hey, Gally, how's things with your Xbox One S?
Absolutely wonderful. It is a fantastic console. And if you already have an Xbox One, don't get it.
Because what will probably happen is maybe next year maybe an update comes out that makes
we do know that next year Project Scorpio is coming out. Next year during the holiday season, we have a new console that's coming out. It's not an upgrade to the Xbox One. It's a whole brand new console, and yes, it's going to work in the family. It's going to work within the family, and all your Xbox One games will be backwards compatible with it, because it'll all work together. But it is going to be a completely brand new system, and it's more powerful. The thing with the Xbox One S is it's a beautiful console. It's a beautiful size, and it really does make some of the games pop really nicely.
But there's a bot in there somewhere now.
But you don't get anything out of it unless you already own or you're willing to also buy a 4K television. You're not going to get anything different. You're not going to get any of the new stuff out of an Xbox One S if you don't already own a 4K TV.
Yeah. Now you know that there will be people who have bought the Xbox One S, right? Who haven't bought a 4K telly. Will we tell them all their mates, yeah, it's fantastic, the graphics are amazing. Oh, I tell you what, it's 4K.
Well, there kind of was. If you have a full 1080p television, there was a slight upgrade to the graphics of the games. They did look a little crisper, but it's not worth spending $300 or however many pounds over in the UK. It's not worth spending it for that, really just that unnecessary change in graphics. And like I said, if you're not going to get a 4K television, well, you can't take advantage of Netflix having 4K television shows. You can't take advantage of the HDR graphics on some of the newer games like Gears of War 4. So there's no point in buying it. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't already have an Xbox One, well, then just buy the Xbox One S, use it on whatever TV you have, and if you eventually upgrade down the road to a new television and you're not going to get the Project Scorpio, then you're going to have a pleasant surprise when you do upgrade. And it's what I recommend people buy now if you don't already have one. But if you already have Xbox One, don't, and unless you really have a 4K TV and you want to get 4K streaming on videos from Netflix, and you can watch the Ultra 4K movies because it's got an Ultra 4K Blu-ray player in it. If that's what you really want to do, then yeah, go ahead and get it. But if you're not somebody who's getting a TV to go with it, then it's a waste. So to get the full potential and upgrade your existing Xbox One S, it's going to cost you in the States, it's going to cost you almost $1,500.
I mean, I think consoles now it is getting to the point, and we touched this again in the first podcast, is what's available now to your ordinary citizen, your Joe Blogs, who sits at home, is phenomenal. What you can actually do with a console now. Yeah. And obviously the PC group is, no, PC's better. Yeah, all right, PC is better for some things. If I'd say for accessibility and all-round accessibility, I think the consoles have the edge, especially if you're not technically minded. Anyone can switch a console on and off you go.
Yeah, well, I've been in both worlds. I was a PC gamer way back in the day. I was on the original Battlefield games on PC. And I used to build my own PC. I mean, I could still build PCs. I just choose not to. I don't care anymore. I've always made the strict move and singular move to consoles just for the pure ease. I don't want to worry about anything. 5, 6, 7 years down the road, I buy a new game. I just want to throw it in the damn thing and play the game. I don't want to look at I don't want to read the back of the game and see, all right, can my PC handle this? Did they do anything to where I'm going to have to upgrade any parts? And I'm not going to. I am not downplaying PC. Yes, PC gaming is far superior to console gaming. I do not deny that.
I tell you, there are games on PC I wish. Now, there was a rumor that this was going to happen, and I believe it was in some sort of form of development, and it stalled, right? There was a rumor that Arma, the tactical military sim game, was going to be making a break on PS4 and Xbox One. There's a few websites, in and out forums and stuff. You just Google it. There's loads up there, but there's no dates. And I think that, me personally, if that game came to the console, I would lose my shit. Because Operation Flashpoint, Dragon Rising it came out in the 360, and I reckon if that was to come out now on the Xbox One, it'd be so smooth and really playable. The 360 version, it has its flaws, but when you look what they achieved with that was a PC port on the 360. It's pretty good. It really is. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It plays well enough considering the 360. I'd love to see something of that nature, appear on the Xbox One, because I think the console deserves it. I think the community deserves something along those lines. Instead of just first-person shooters, we want something it's a first-person shooter, but we want something that's tactical. Moment, and I don't think there's anything out there that's really sort of tactical at the minute. I mean, there's a new game, 1944, getting done by this independent group of guys that's shaping up quite well. early footage looked good. There's a few videos
Well,
online.
it's not just whether the
was
game
talking
is
about it.
tactical. It's also about whether the people who play the game want to play it tactically.
Yes.
I mean, you got Battlefield, which I guess Battlefield 1 looks all right. But for me, my money, Battlefield 2 on the PC was the greatest multiplayer there was. And especially when it came to Battlefield. It's that entire franchise has gone downhill since, especially when they released the console version. Then you have Call of Duty. Yes, Call of Duty is for the most part, a running gun shooter, but that's because that's the way the people make the game. If you actually have a group of people that play tactically, you can sit there and totally dominate Call of Duty. Because while people may yell at you, "Oh, you're a camper," well, guess what? You get out there and you go into get into a firefight in a war zone, your ass is going to camp. You're not going to be running out there in the middle of the goddamn field. Oh, hey, just shoot me, because I'll get right back up. I'll respawn somewhere else and come at you. It's not going to fucking happen. So these guys who camp, they want to sit there and they want to play somewhat realistically. So they're going to get together and they're going to create a kill zone to kill you in. And yes, they may be camping, but guess what? They're playing the game the way the game is originally supposed to be played.
There's actually, you don't have to look too hard for this. There's a video. There's a video on YouTube, right? Someone's taken the time, right, to compare how realistic Call of Duty is to frontline combat, and you have to question the person that thought this would be a good idea to take a running gun shooting video game and go, I wonder if it's really like this. I wonder if it really is. He's probably watched too many movies. Probably watched Commando from the 80s by Arnold Schwarzenegger far too many times. But yeah, I do. See, I mentioned YouTube a lot. I love YouTube. It is free access to everything, anything you need to know. I think without YouTube, I think men would be lost, because when it comes to DIY and stuff, YouTube's fantastic. It's just, what I mean? Don't know how to do it, YouTube. There's always somebody's done a well presented video on how to fix a lock or do whatever, And obviously it's good for us. It's good for us because without YouTube, you guys wouldn't get to see the videos. You probably wouldn't get to watch the broadcast and the podcast. Which
well, you know how guys are. We don't need instructions on how to put that piece of furniture together. We have YouTube.
Oh, brilliant, mate! It's brilliant.
Yeah, well, whatever.
If you want to really challenge yourself, you watch a demo that's not in English. See if you can keep up with it. Just to challenge yourself that little bit more.
I've tried that, and I've done that just because I couldn't find anything spoken in English before, and I've just followed along with what I was watching. I got there. It just took a little extra time.
And you're now fluent in Swahili.
Oh my God. Jeez, we've really been rambling on here during this podcast.
So what's our clock now? What's our clock at?
Closing in an hour and 20 minutes.
Hour and 20. That's becoming a bit of a yeah.
We did drone on for a little while. I have to admit, and if you're somebody who's still listening to us, we appreciate it. We understand the first half of this show was actually probably really boring about what we were talking about. But we covered so much stuff with Mal on the last episode that it was just we didn't want to ruin it.
Yeah, I do think we got off it's a bit of a bumpy start to this one, but it was trying to think, well, we need to speak about something we didn't cover in the Mal podcast. And it's as you're talking about stuff, you think, well, this is not interesting. Things start popping in your head, and that's what we get. But yeah, we appreciate you listening. We really, really do.
Yes.
And we appreciate you sticking in. And I think we say this probably in every podcast. Thank you for staying with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those that do like to tune in find out what's going to be coming in the following week. Yes, Forza, Project Cars, F1, they're all going to be there. We've got all the leagues still running. We've got, what do we got coming up? We got the Saturdays with Forza. They're starting their, what is it? What's
season?
today? No, they're going to be, I think they're going to be in their third week. Yeah, they're going for the third week of early GTs. And then on Sunday, they're and the thing about the Saturdays is they went back to they don't announce the tracks until the night of or something, whatever they're doing. I guess it's to keep Junior from
Good idea.
practicing all the tracks, because that's all he does
Doesn't
all
really
week
matter.
long.
But he's now practicing Project Cars, so it doesn't really matter now whether you announce the tracks or not. He's not got the time.
Yeah,
He's practicing on Project Cars. Isn't he?
yeah, and now that you're listening to this, last week I just want to put it out there because you probably you saw it in my video, but I want you to hear it here too. Junior ran out of gas. He came in last place because he miscalculated his fuel.
You learned a hard lesson about Project Cars.
Yeah,
The lesson is
go a little bit of extra fuel.
put
But
3 laps in.
no,
okay.
he died halfway around on his last lap. Oh, but
I ever beat Junior.
oh well, and then you did. Yeah. So we got the second week of Project Cars season 2. It's going to be running. Got some nice tracks going to be running on that one. As far as let me see if I can remember real quick, or let me call it up real quick. Shall I say? I don't even remember which ones we're doing on that, but also on Sunday there is another Forza going off, which I think Mal's just really keeping the tracks and stuff under wraps because he's really not releasing what he's doing for his tracks. So I don't know whether he's just trying something new.
I think it works. I think it keeps it fresh.
Yeah,
And then everyone has, they've got to really switch on the fly, whether they know the track or not. They've not had the time to.
Well, it's the way it used to be done, but a lot of people did it, and it was for my benefit. It was mostly because of for my benefit. People would do it because, I work all week long. I'm not home during the week to do any type of practicing, so they'd always do it and wait till the race night to spin the wheels for what tracks we were racing. To get
I remember that,
so that people didn't seem to have an advantage over me, or I didn't feel like that was a lost cause because I didn't get to practice all week. But I didn't really feel it was necessary. I mean, racing is racing and driving is driving. If you play these games long enough, driving around the track is always the same. It doesn't matter. Eventually, it's not going to be something new. Project Cars right now, we've still got a little bit new going on. So yeah, there's a little bit practicing going on, but. For me, when it came to Forza, I drove all the cars that we'd race, and I drove all the tracks, so there was nothing I wasn't going to learn from anywhere. But so Mal's doing something a little keeping it fresh over there. Project Cars, we're going to be running Bathurst and Zolder. Bathurst is going to be interesting. It's a bit different than it is on Forza.
Yes. Zolder I like.
Zolder's a good track, yeah.
We are setting the weather on dynamic, and I really hope it doesn't rain on
Bathurst. Then the touring cars on Tuesday, they're going to be doing their 3 races around Brands Hatch. And from what I'm seeing, they're listing a chance of rain on that track. Then, of course, you got your F1. F1's going to be coming out there. But not only is Wednesday F1 day, where they're going to be racing in Europe, Wednesday, November 2nd, which is not too far from my birthday, and it's the day after my daughter's birthday, but it's Junior's birthday, I think. Oh, wait, no, never mind. It's Junior 13. He's a FIFA player. Never mind. We don't have to. I thought that was Junior JH, but it's not. It's somebody else, so... But anyways, when that comes around, Junior 13, Happy birthday to you. We've got a whole bunch of birthdays listed there. So if you haven't noticed, people who do include their birthdays, if you go to the race lists on the Race Club page, you've got our calendar there. You can call it up. Not only are the races listed there, but everybody's birthdays are listed there too.
So, if you read it, you got to send a card. That's probably why people don't read it.
Yeah, let's see. What's today? Today is October 23rd, correct?
It is.
It is. So, did we have any birthdays for today? I'm going to look. I think we do. Yes, we do. We have birthdays for today. Actually, we have 4 birthdays today. One of them, he's not really around anymore, but you have Tank 14, Killamartian.
Hopefully, he had a good birthday.
Killamartian's birthday. He came and went. I think he had a mental breakdown. Andre
the Giant? No?
Daleden, something like that. Yeah, Daleden. I apologize if you're actually listening to this podcast and I mispronounced your name. Sorry. Daleden. And I-10 DeGay. So those are our 4 GLC members that had a birthday today during this recording.
Well, if you listen to this now, hopefully you had a fantastic birthday. Didn't get too drunk and didn't get arrested.
And then, of course, the other birthdays that are going on for that had went on this past week. When you were actually listening to this podcast, the other birthdays that went on during the week, we had Kurt ZZ on the 24th, Dreams DD on the 25th. So Delicious is another one who hasn't been around in a long time. His birthday was on Wednesday, and then today at the release of this podcast was Howl 46. So
no, I done a YouTube intro for that young man.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he runs on COD on FIFA as well.
Yeah. Well, we do have more FIFA members than anything else.
For his YouTube channel.
Yeah. So those are birthdays that we've had this past week, and that's what's going on for races for the following week, and of course, always at the end of the week on Friday. When you can listen to the new podcast, you have Dirty Ewok himself bringing you the Friday Project if you ever want to get around and screw around on project cars and give it a try.
Give it a try.
You got to give it a try. Give it a fair chance.
It doesn't hurt, and I'm gentle, honestly.
He lubes it properly.
Never ever made a grown man cry.
Is it because it's properly lubed, or it's just that small?
Well, no, I was about to say I've never made a grown man cry, but I've made a few squeal.
But so that's all your stuff going on for the week and what has happened in the past week. And again, yeah, we've went very long. We're approaching an hour and a half on this podcast. We haven't really gotten into a full details on a lot of things, like I said, because we did the special podcast. Plus, we're trying to save some stuff because we have a special guest coming up for next week on the next podcast, which you're gonna want to. You're gonna wanna.
Oh my God!
Tune in for that podcast because that one's gonna be a podcast from. You swear to God, it's gonna be from another planet.
I was pumped for the Mal podcast. This one. I might just get drunk for it. I might make it easier. really might.
Oh yeah.
We're not going to tell you who it is. But having no doubt that when you actually listen to the podcast and you hear us announce who our guest is, you'll down tools. You'll stop everything. If you're in a car, you'll pull over and give up the hour and a bit, whatever it is we take when we do it.
Or when you hear the name, you'll start drinking yourselves.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be interesting. I don't even know if we'll be in control of it, to be honest.
I don't know, but
depends if he behaves himself.
I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be a fantastic interview. It's somebody who deserves recognition for things he's done and things he's capable of doing in He deserves some recognition, so we're bringing him in, and you're gonna love it.
We're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be legendary.
Oh yeah, it's probably gonna be our most listened to podcast
to date.
To date,
or even never. You know,
could be ever. We don't know. It depends on who we get for guests and how crazy it gets.
Crazy with a capital K.
But anyway, folks, we got to get going. We got to get out of here. We're being kicked out of the studio. For Dirty Ewok 75, I am Gallifrey Madman. We will see you out on the track, people. Have a good night.
Adios, troops.
So long, sucker!